What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So it is Tuesday, which means it's time for our weekly tier list Tuesday. And as you can imagine, considering 2 weeks ago, we tier listed every single team's number one defenseman. A week ago, every single team's number one center. And on my Instagram a couple days ago, every single team's number one winger. Go check out the Instagram MB on Hockey. We are now tier listing every single team's starting goalies. And it is a wild year for goalies. A lot of goalies are kind of having shit years that we thought were top 10 guys. So this is probably one of the hardest goalie tier lists that I've done in recent memory. But yeah, here are the tiers. Superstar, pretty self-explanatory. Elite, recently have had multiple elite seasons, or they're just having an absolutely nutty season this year. Good, maybe they're on they were elite, but now they're trending down, or they're trending up, but I can't quite put them in elite, or they're just a good guy that can provide 906 to 911 goaltending. Solid, probably not a number one on a legit playoff team, or like they need to definitely upgrade over him, but still can be like 905, 900 to a 905. And then Matt, you're probably not a playoff team, and you're probably not going to be the starting goalie in the NHL for much longer. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive into it. Up first, Sergei Bobrovsky. This season, he's been like solid, maybe even May. He has an 897, and the underlying numbers really aren't that much better. But considering the run that this guy went on from the 2023 playoffs up until the 2024, or through the 2024 playoffs, I'm still going to put him in elite, but there definitely is some concern with Bobrovsky because he is starting to get up there in age, but I refuse to believe after the season that he had last year, which was a legit top 3 season in the entire NHL, that he just magically completely fell off for Florida. So I'm going to keep him in elite right now. Lucas Dostal. He started out the season in superstar. I mean, like just solely the season, first 15 games, he's the best goalie in the entire NHL. He's cooled down a little bit. I think by the end of the season, if he continues to go at the rate that he's going at, he's still second in the NHL in goals saved above expected. I think I will move him up to elite. Can't quite do that after like a 25-game sample size, but he's been great. He's proved to be the goalie of the future for the Anaheim Ducks, no doubt. Great season by him. Vasilevsky, he's bounced back in a big way. He's currently sitting at, I believe, a 913 save percentage. Yeah, 913 save percentage. Maybe not looking like the 2020, 2021 Vasilevsky of old, but definitely like the 2022 or 2023 version. He's back on track after having a full offseason to recover from that back injury. Definitely a top 6 goalie. Joseph Woll, you could go Stolarz. I just went with Woll because Stolarz is hurt right now. I'm going to go with good. Him and Stolarz make for an elite goalie tandem, considering I think they're both good, like top 11 to 12 goalies in the entire NHL. But yeah, he's been pretty damn good for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He just needs to stay healthy. That's really what it comes down to. He has one of the brighter futures in the NHL and is locked up at only $3.66 million the next 3 seasons. After it kicks in next season, fantastic value. And just they have a very good goalie tandem. Petr Mrazek, very good last year. This year, okay, he's just in a really tough situation. I can't quite put him as a top 20 goalie, but he's definitely not in like the bottom 5, bottom 6 of starters. He's solid. He's a solid guy for Chicago. He's definitely closer to getting that bump to good than, say, to meh. But yeah, I think at this point, I'm just going to put him in solid. Mackenzie Blackwood, he's kind of between solid and good, but yeah, similar to Mrazek, he was kind of underrated the last 2 years on the San Jose Sharks. Yes, I know that he's the Colorado starter now. I haven't gotten the updated headshots with as well as Georgiev that you're going to see San Jose starter. But yeah, I'll go with low end good for Mackenzie Blackwood, 29 years old. He's been very up and down in his career, was great in New Jersey his first 2 years, then kind of shat the bed. The final 2 years got shipped out, but then rebounded decently in San Jose, and he's been very good to start the season for the Colorado Avalanche and ranks 13th in the NHL in goals saved above expected. Connor Hellebuyck, no shocker here. I'm putting him at superstar. Vezina winner last year. Consensus, I think he's like minus 500 at this point to win the Vezina this season. Yes, he maybe struggled in the playoffs. I blame the Winnipeg Jets defense core. They still need to upgrade more than I definitely blame Connor Hellebuyck. Darcy Kemper, he's actually been playing pretty good compared to last year when he had an 890 save percentage. He's bounced back a decent amount for the LA Kings. I still can't put him in good because he slid down that 3. Well, basically once he got into Washington, he rapidly regressed, but he could low-key creep his way back up into good when I do this in like May or something like that. I don't know when the hell I'll do it next. Georgiev, definitely meh, was absolutely horrendous for the Colorado Avalanche to start the season. Let me pull him up. What was exactly? Yeah, he has an 873 save percentage right now. That's not going to get it done. Maybe he can be better in San Jose, and maybe they could flip him at the deadline or something crazy like that, but they won't really get much considering he is just not that good. Peter Kochetkov, I'll go with solid. I mean, it's kind of tough because Anderson is the starter technically in Carolina when he's fully healthy. Kochetkov right now has a solid 900. He's played better in prior years. Part of that is the Carolina defense core. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go with solid, not like a top 18, top 20 goalie in the NHL at this point. Karel Vejmelka, this guy has been a roller coaster the last couple years. When looking at him in 2023, shit, like regular numbers, he still only had like an 899, but the underlying numbers were like top 10 in the entire NHL. Last year, absolute disaster. Now this season, he has a 916 save percentage and is third in the entire NHL in goals saved above expected at 13.4, only behind Dostal and Hellebuck. So yeah, he's just two. Again, this year, similarly to Dostal, they've definitely been elite, but I can't quite put in there because Dostal's so young and Vejmelka has been so all over the place. But yeah, hopefully he's his 2023, 2024, 2025 form instead of the 2023, 2024 form that we saw last year of Vejmelka. Sam Ersson, just not a legit number one. Still young, maybe could develop into that, but isn't really anything special for the Philadelphia Flyers. They might have to go out and do something this offseason in terms of, well, they actually have a good young goalie prospect, I think, tandem. But right now, Sam Ersson isn't exactly the truth for the Philadelphia Flyers. Logan Thompson this season, you could probably argue elite, has one of the best records in the entire NHL. I know goalie records isn't an actual stat, but yeah, he's been awesome. He's fifth in the entire NHL in goals saved above expected at 12.4, as well as what's his save percentage? I'm trying to pull it up right now. I got this all up over here. Why can I not find this dude? Has he not played 20 games? This only has 20 games. My bad. But yeah, he's fifth in the entire NHL in goals saved above expected. Very good season. UC Saros, I'm still putting him in here. They've failed him miserably this season, especially at 5-on-5. His underlying numbers are still pretty solid. Prior years, he had been a top 5, top 3, maybe even the second best goalie in hockey. I still believe in UC Saros. I'm still going to put him in elite. Tristan Jarry, it's been bad. It's been pretty trash. He's been better of late, but the start of the season was such a disaster for him that he ended up getting sent down. So as a result, you got to put him in mad. Linus Ullmark, he's probably been a top 5 goalie in the entire NHL this season. Right now has a 915 save percentage. He's been awesome for the Ottawa Senators, especially considering it took him like 12 games to get going. He had like an 880. He's been absolutely money of late. He's been playing like a superstar the last month and a half for the Ottawa Senators, and as a result, they're in a playoff spot. Jacob Markstrom, I probably had him at the good tier coming into the season. You got to bump him up. Although New Jersey has been locked down defensively and has made his job a lot easier. There's something like over their last 7 or 8 games, they're only allowing like 17, 18 shots. But he's also playing great in his own right. Right now, he has a 914 save percentage for the New Jersey Devils. Was very good last year in Calgary. Has been inconsistent, but now that it looks like he's putting together back-to-back top 10 seasons in the entire NHL, you definitely got to throw him in elite. I am biased on this. Ilya Sorokin most definitely deserves to be in good. Hand up. I fully acknowledge that. I still think he's elite. I think that this team is failing him, especially on the penalty kill. His stats at 5-on-5 are actually still pretty elite, but then in the penalty kill, it just all goes to shit when you have a 64% penalty kill. Maybe he just does struggle a little bit on the penalty kill, but I'm still going to delusionally bet on Ilya Sorokin to turn it around. I refuse to believe that he fell off after his back-to-back seasons before getting that deal of just being a top 5, top 3 goalie in the NHL. Sam Montembeault has definitely cooled off since his amazing start. I think I'd still go good. I think I'd take all those guys in that tier over him, though. Canadians fans, I'm going to put him in good for now, but I might end up moving him down. Yeah, I'm going to move him down. I think he's solid. I think he's at best 19th or 20th in the NHL because I like UPL a little bit more. UPL was amazing in the back half of last year and has been decently solid this year on a Buffalo Sabres team that has kind of shat the bed overall. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to land. That's going to piss off some people. Cam Talbot has objectively been not good of late per se, but on the season has been pretty good. And last year was very good for the LA Kings with like a 915 save percentage. So as a result, that might piss some people off, but I'm going to go with Cam Talbot in good. Binnington, it's looking like last year might have been a little bit of a fluke. Last year, he was like a top 7 goalie in the entire NHL. This season has not been as consistent for the St. Louis Blues. Let me look up. What's his save percentage at right now? Yeah, an 895. I'm going to put him in just solid right now. Similarly to Jacob Markstrom, he's just been far too inconsistent during his career, and it's looking like this is a down season right now. Jake Ottinger got paid, has been pretty good for the Dallas Stars, one of the bright spots of the Dallas Stars. Right now, he has a 910 save percentage. Dallas is a very good defensive team, but yeah, I think he's a top 8 to 10 goalie in the NHL. I don't think that's ridiculous. Gustafsson, I'm also going with elite. I think that he has been the second best goalie in the entire NHL this season, considering he has a .923 save percentage on top of 13.3 goals saved above expected. He's been awesome. And yes, last year was a little bit of a disaster, but last year was like him and Fleury were apocalyptically bad the first month and a half, but then they kind of got it together. I know you got to care about the overall body work. You can't just forget about a month and a half, but in the back 4.5 months of the season, he was like a .905 goaltender. And in that 2023 season, he was on a per game basis, like arguably the best. Him and Olmark were like the two best goalies on a per game basis, but he only played like 38, 39 games. So yeah, now that I've seen two superstar seasons in the last 3 years, and even last year was just like below average, it wasn't like horrible, I think you got to put him in elite, and he is pretty young. Swayman, I think you got to bump him down. He's been playing better of late. He has been playing better of late. I am fully aware of that, but the start was so concerning that I think you do have to bump him down to good. Adin Hill, he's been very good this season for the Vegas Golden Knights. He has a he's not been that good, actually, .904 save percentage. But yeah, I still think given this guy's track record, basically since the 2023 playoffs, he's a good goalie. Thatcher Demko, I'm also going with elite. You might figure it out. Not a lot of guys are going to be in superstar. There's only one other guy that potentially could end up being in superstar. But yeah, Thatcher Demko, he's been okay since he's returned. I can't really, he's been like 6 or 7 games, so I got to go off what happened last year. And last year he was the second best goalie in the NHL on a per game basis. Elvis Merzlikins, he's just not very good. What does he have this season? Let me pull it up. Right now he has, I think he has one of the lowest save percentages. Yeah, he's an 890 save percentage on top of his underlying numbers. Also being kind of shit. They can't even, Don Waddell said it this offseason, they couldn't even trade that contract. He wanted to trade. He said, we can't even trade your contract if we wanted to right now, considering he's making like $5.4 million. Hopefully he can bounce back. Joey Daccord is a very, very interesting one. Considering last year he had a .916. This year he has like a .913. He's awesome underlying numbers as well. I think for now I'm going to put him in good, but him and Swayman would definitely, I don't do this in order, but him and Swayman would definitely be the next two up. Dustin Wolf, solid. He's come back down to earth after an amazing start. What is he at? Has he even played 20 games? I might not have the stats on him on hand. But yeah, he was amazing out of the gate. By the end of next year, by the end of probably this season, he might jump up to good. But I think right now he's a solid starter. Still probably the brightest U25 goalie in the entire NHL, him or Askarov. But right now, just solid. Stuart Skinner, also just solid. I think you might even put him in meh. Yeah, when looking at these 6 compared to these 5, I think Stuart Skinner's probably closer to that. And then lastly, Igor Shesterkin. I'm going to put in elite. He's been on a downward slide the last 3 years, regular season-wise. Right now, he has only, like a .906 save percentage. He went from a .935 to a .918 to a .912, and now a .906. He's playing pretty good on the New York Rangers. The underlying numbers are pretty encouraging. He's top 10 in goals saved above expected. But yeah, if you give this guy this big contract of late, it has not been that good. He's got to step up and steal games for this team. That has not happened. And as a result, I do have Connor Hellebuyck as the number 1 goalie. If there was a playoff game tomorrow, would I maybe take Shesterkin? You could definitely convince me to take the guy, considering he's been absolutely money in the playoffs. But yeah, I think that given Connor Hellebuyck's play the first half of the season, he's separated himself from Shesterkin. Shesterkin's still a monster when it comes playoff time, but he's just been blah. Don't get me wrong. Again, the Rangers have been shit in front of him, but he's definitely closer to these guys than Connor Hellebuyck at this point. So it's going to be, when I redo the pyramid, it's not going to be Shesterkin Summit. It's going to be Hellebuyck Hill. But yeah, let me know in the comments I'm blocking out Sam Montembeau. I feel like I'm blocking out right now. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this tier list? Me finally bending the knee. Oh, I hate moving down a New York Ranger and bringing up an American goaltender. Damn it. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you think about this tier list? Happy New Year's. It was a great 2024. Thank you guys for following along with me. If you're subscribed, even if you're not subscribed, I appreciate you guys for following along with me. It's been awesome. There's been ups, there's been downs, but you guys have been there with me throughout this. Thankful that I can just make videos for you guys. I absolutely love to do it. I'm not going to get sappy and tear up. I might do that on Instagram though. But yeah, it's been awesome. We're going to continue to grow. I love all of you guys. Hope you and your families are doing amazing. And yeah, I'll be seeing you in the next year. Peace.